Hello everyone, my name is Jess, the Tarotunist, and I have a timeless pick-a-card message just for you, hot off the press. Thank you so much for all the love and support. You guys are amazing, but I digress. This pick-a-card is all about what you should do next. It's gonna each card, each pile is different situations. So obviously it's whatever card pile you select, that's a situation Spirit wants to talk about. I will say that there is like relationship stuff in each of these piles. It can be romantic or platonic, doesn't matter. So I digress. Without further ado, let's get started. We have pile number 1, cherry chapstick, like the most classic. Like, I don't know what's more classic. I think Carmex. Oh dear Lord. Cherry chapstick. You could like the band Savage Garden. I'm old. Pile number 1. We have pile number 2. This really kick-ass pencil sharpener. If you draw, this one gets like death-like point to the lead. It is amazing. Pile number 2. That was not effective. And then we have pile number 3, which is this paperclip. I have nothing more awesome to say about that. It's just a paperclip. Pile number 3. Pick the one that you're like, ooh, I like that right away. Let's get started. Hello, pile 1. This is for everyone who chose the old school classic cherry chapstick. This is for you. Let's get started. So if you are drawn to this pile right away, all signs are welcome, but I do get a strong water energy. That would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I also have strong air in Libra. We also have fire, Sag, Aries, and Leo, and we also have Earth, Virgo, and Capricorn. Now you can be any sign, but those were the ones that really were prevalent in this reading. Also, the name Mike came up, or any name with the letter M. Also, the year 2006 and 2010, those could be very significant years for you. But I just get that if you were drawn to pile number 1, that you are in this period of isolation. Whether, and it's funny, I feel like it's self-imposed, but in like all the right ways. So hear me out. You made it to the party. Here's your invitation. You're not there emotionally. So I feel like the company that you were keeping was really making you feel isolated, and maybe you were drinking a lot around them, or maybe this is a group that is into really toxic behavior, or this could just be a particular person. But I just get that you, like, this reading is all about you. If you were drawn to pile number 1, you are just this beautiful, unique butterfly, this bird that flies to her own little wind, you know, like, and you don't want to be in the suit. You don't want to be invited to this party. And it is making you sad. Like, there's an element of like you're mourning, I feel like, the loss. And I feel like anytime you are around these people, you're kind of mentally checking out and you're getting sick of it. And just know that this period of isolation for you is because you're in recovery. You are opening your third eye. And by doing that, it's because you're being true and kind to yourself. I feel like if you're having new thoughts about yourself or what you want out of life, like maybe you don't want a conventional lifestyle, like maybe you really don't want to be in the corporate world as much as you thought as you did, you know, or maybe you want to make like your own business. I just got that for some people. But I just get that this collective, your third eye is opening. You're becoming more spiritual. You're becoming more self-aware. Maybe you're diving into spirituality. I feel like if you were drawn to this pile, I feel like either you have been praying, like you're Christian, or you've been praying to a male god or deity. But regardless, I just get that you are going to receive good news. And if you haven't already, you're already receiving like the key to happiness. Like, you know what's up, you know what you really want, and you know what's going to make you truly happy. And now that you're realizing it, accepting it, and acknowledging it, Spirit's going to throw you the ball. You really might like baseball. Maybe you just bought some baseball tickets, or you might be really into like getting into sports. God, Goddess, the universe, your higher power is in control of this situation. So this isn't bad. This isn't like, oh my God, why is this happening? Like, fuck. This period of solace is a blessing, because you are recovering and you're receiving knowledge about the new and improved version of yourself. You know what I mean? You're receiving knowledge that future you is like, oh yes, this is that pivotal moment when we start making those serious changes. So strong earth energy, we have Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. You also could be like, I don't get any, like, Spirit's not talking about any relationships. Now, it is talking about your circle or your network or even your job, but it's not necessarily talking about lovers or anything of that nature. But I am seeing that, you have a lot about jobs. Maybe you've been thinking about going back to school. I digress. Nature, ground yourself. Find a sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elementals. You might be planning a trip to South Carolinas or North Carolina, the Carolinas, I was going to say, or Florida, or somewhere kind of swampy, but like awesome. Or maybe you've been thinking about doing like ghost tours, but I just get that your summer, I feel like you're kind of deep into those dog days of summer. Now, these are timeless videos, so that might not resonate with you right now. So you could expect that the next 2 months, if you're watching this and it's not right now, which is July 25th, 2023, expect your late summer to expect summer to be a little swampy, but it's going to ultimately get better, and you're going to find some deep purpose in your summer. Or you could be a strong Leo Virgo. Anyway. So we have self-love and coach. And it's interesting because I pulled this card, which is also, it says, remember to practice self-love. So you got self-love twice, which is really fucking cool. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm cursing. You could be listening to like a lot of music that like makes you kind of not rage in a bad way, but like really makes you a little more aggressive. You might be really focusing in this time of isolation on your physical well-being. So you might be hitting the gym more. Maybe you're focused on better eating. But just, I get a lot of like, you're physically more active. And if it's not that, then you're definitely like cleaning your house more, or you're just like, you notice that like you're getting like all your steps plus some in. Like, you just have a little more energy. And it could be a little aggression, or it could just be a little, not even anxiety, but it could just be like frustration. But I digress. If you like crystals, or if you like nail polish or any type of makeup, wear the color pink for the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm sorry, 3 to 4 weeks. That's really going to help radiate your self-love and confidence. And if you do candle magic, pink, the color pink symbolizes self-love, and it can symbolize like a friendship love. And it's just, candle magic and the color pink sometimes are not best friends, but I've had wonderful success with it. So look into it. It's awesome. Anyways, I digress. In this time, you'll notice that you're going to run into old friends, old classmates, and you're going to get calls or like social media notifications that like someone wants to reconnect. So just expect that. And also the song by Eminem, Talking to Myself, which is, I think, on his album Recovery, which, look, recovery, it's what you're in, it's all about like feeling alone, and is anyone out there? It's really, it's a good song. you know, I know rep's not for everyone, but I can't recommend it enough. Anyways, I digress. Thorns, weave together the crown you deserve, and potion, remember to practice self-love. I get that you might be hanging out with family more, or you could be like hanging out with, yeah, just your family, or your sisters more, or I feel like your social circle is taking a major hit. Like it says isolation. So I get that you're kind of connecting to like the people that like are the rocks of your life, that like are your family. Not saying that family can't leave, but I just get that there are like these innocent women or soft energies in your life, or innocent energies in your life. It's like neither platonic or romantic. So I guess, yeah, familial. And you're just embracing, and you're like biding your time, and you're growing beautiful things. You might be thinking of sewing or being extra crafty. You might be seeing the number 999 or the number 9 as well. That's confirmation. You're growing, my friend. That's what this is. You're growing. Spirit is isolating you, but in a loving way. And it's to help you set healthy boundaries. And because you're growing. You're growing. And you're growing in self-love. I hate when people say that. It's like, oh, that's so vague. What do you mean growing? You're growing self-love. You're outgrowing people that don't really love you. Or that don't love you in a very healthy way. I shouldn't say that don't love you, because that's not right. Don't worry, I'll show you guys. Aww. It's always good when a tarot reader goes, oh. Awesome. All right. So right away, I have water in the house. We have Cancer. We have Virgo, we have Aquarius, and we also have Leo. So you might be thinking of like, here's the thing. You're actually emotionally pretty healthy right now. Again, you're like having this purple aura. Like you're confident and calm, even though there's a lot of shit going on, and you might not be happy right now, but you're like you're pretty emotionally healthy, and you're pretty emotionally stable right now. And it's like, it's a blessing. And you're almost like, even though I feel alone, and even though I'm sad at times, it's because you're growing in self-love, and you're becoming your own best friend. You're treating yourself to an ice cream. Even though you might be, eating healthier, or just taking better care of your body, maybe making more meals at home, or being more just conscious, not body conscious, but you know what I mean, more health conscious. But I just get that, yeah, like you're still like treating yourself emotionally so loving, and this aura you have is of awareness. And I definitely get that you still struggle with holding on to whatever the isolation happened. I feel like what led to isolation is what you're still holding on to. It's like you're not even holding on to like a breakup or the fight or whatever the case may have been. Like you're not holding on to the aftermath. You're still holding on to like it just happening. And I think because it was traumatic, and I think you're used to holding on to things, and I think you're learning. It's interesting, I keep getting holding on, because like you also have self-love. So instead of holding on to this person or situation, you're now holding on to yourself. You're learning to let go of things that don't serve you. That's really fucking cool. Oh my God. I'm really sorry I'm cursing so much, guys. But yeah, your hope is being restored, my friend. And if you're like, oh, I still feel kind of like crappy, don't worry. It is only going to get better. Just have faith that it's going to get better. If you're watching this right now on the 25th of July, 2023, expect your October to be fantastic. Expect your September to be fantastic. It's only going to get better from this point forward. If you're watching this any other time, just expect within the next 2 months for your situation to do a full like 180 when it comes to the group or the company you keep. And your self-love is growing, and it's only it's only fueling you. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Metallica. M. Again, M's. So, yeah. Look, I'm not saying that your anxiety is going to go away, because I think you, collective, are a really powerful thinker. I think you're a powerful manifester. And I think you just weren't loving yourself, and you're so used to self-torture, if you will, with your thoughts and how you hold on to situations and people and things. And look, we all do it, right? It's like we hold on because maybe in a time of childhood we felt like we weren't stable. It's only gonna get better. Healing, Six of Swords. Just give it time. I hope this helped. Love you. Hello, Pile 2. This is for everyone who chose my kick-ass sharpener. I really wanted to say stapler in my soul, so you really might like the movie Office Space, or maybe the person you love loves the movie Office Space. It is a great movie. Either way, this message is just for you. Now, this particular pile, if you were drawn to it, this is really a relationship. Spirit wants to talk to you about a relationship, someone you love, they love you. I would say a majority, if you were drawn to this pile, this is somebody who have romantic feelings for, a soulmate. I even got twin flame. For a small portion of you, this could be an older sister connection, or just an older woman in your life that's not romantic. But for a majority, like I said, it's gonna be romantic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be Switzerland, and I'm going to read the situation. Then I'm going to branch out. I'm going to read the divine masculine and divine feminine. Here it's all about energies, not sex. So, even if it was a same-sex couple, there is a representative of divine masculine and feminine, and not in the stereotypical ways, but just there's one more person that's more receptive, and there's another person that's more I don't want to say they claim, but they do. It's like, oh, this is mine. And it's like a healthy containment, not a possessiveness, if that makes sense. So let's get started. I digress. You could be seeing the number 5, 555, or the number 12. Also, the age ranges of 30 to 35 came out. And I get hair, like something really big with someone's hair, whether someone recently lightened it, dyed it, like got like a really short cut, or even ginger hair. Like hair was just very prominent in this reading, along with all signs are welcome, but the main signs I got were Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, along with Pisces and Scorpio. Let's get started. So, if you, there in this connection, there's a lot of destruction. Right now, it's quiet. No one's talking to anyone. Everyone's kind of separated. I have the divine feminine is feeling kind of afraid, but also feeling very liberated by all these new ideas she's having. And the divine masculine is just looking at the destruction. And they're looking at the destruction for what it really is, because they're looking deeply at the divine feminine with their heart. This divine masculine could be a Gemini. They also could be a Leo. They also could be an Aries. But I just get that this divine masculine isn't saying anything, but you bring them a lot of joy. I feel like they daydream about you a lot at work. And they're admiring 3 different aspects of you, divine feminine. I'm talking to you as if you're one of my gals, but they're admiring your physical beauty. They're admiring the friendship you offer, but they're also admiring the creativity that this divine feminine possesses. This divine feminine is going through this big surge of who am I and what am I doing with my life, but not in like a, oh no, like that, not the existential, well, maybe a little existential, but I think more so this is all about like self-confidence. Like the divine feminine in this case might have some self-esteem issues, and they are breaking free, Ariana Grande style. And yeah, and this divine masculine is really admiring this divine feminine with his heart. You both might be dreaming about each other. You guys might be meeting in the different planes, I get, because, yeah, they think about you nonstop. But they're looking at the destruction for what it is. They're not ready to talk right now. Now is not the time to talk. Now is the time to heal and to really look at the destruction. Flip side, Divine Feminine, if you wear the color orange, that would be super beneficial for you for the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's going to be like your power color. Also, if anyone in this connection menstruates, I see that this menstruation will be extremely powerful. So if you do any type of menstrual magic, or if there's any way that you would like to honor your menstrual cycle, maybe write some poetry, what you're releasing, that would be great. But I just get the Divine Feminine. I also got Scarlett Johansson. That's all I can think about when I see this card. So maybe you're having a ScarJo moment. I think we all want a ScarJo moment. No, I just get that this Divine Feminine is really going through a transformation of courage in themselves, in what they deserve. There is a lot of destruction, and the Divine Feminine isn't perfect. No one's perfect, right? Because it takes 2 people to have a war, right? But I just get that the Divine Feminine is, one, has been burned by not just this connection, but by life recently. Maybe, they've been smoking. I get, like, the shame cigarettes, like, you do real quick outside the window and hope no one notices. Or I get that you might, you just might have a few little boo-boos. Like maybe you burned a hole in the carpet from burning a candle or a cigarette. Within the next 3 days, or maybe this weekend, that might happen. And also scrunchies, like tying your hair up. I just get like, you're shedding this I'm not good enough attitude, Divine Feminine, whoever this is. And you are being spiritually guided, and you know that, and you are safe right now through this transition. Both parties are safe, but both parties are experiencing this totally different. So it's like, okay, well, if this sounds like it's your situation, then it's like, okay, well, now what? So Spirit wants to say, go with the flow. So when you see this person again, if you like crystals, you get them something green, whether it's a plant, a crystal. That's going to really help their heart chakra, along with yours too. So any green stones would be amazing right now. But this says flow. Find an easier path forward. Surrender to the outcome. Release your expectations. So I hate the saying, it is what it is, but it is what it is. And I think, I truly believe that if this person was really meant to be your partner, really meant to be in your life, then Spirit will offer you the chance to have that chance again. They can't say, oh, you guys will definitely be together, because like that person has a say in it too. But I do see that you both are going with the flow. You both are mirroring each other. You both are learning lessons in self-love, because the reason this war happened was because there's a lot of self-hate on both parties. It just got expressed totally different. You both are introverted. Like I said, you guys aren't talking right now. You're separate. Maybe you both, I get maybe you guys are like not talking, but you're checking like each other's social medias every day. And expect good news. Expect good news, collective. There's a lot of love between you guys, and something better is coming. For a majority, I get that something better in this connection is coming. Like something better is coming out of this destruction, or out of this mucky muck, But for a select few, I do get maybe possible new love, but I do get good news regardless about this connection coming in for you within the next 4 weeks, definitely. But I was like, that's a really long time, but that's honestly what I get. So yeah, let's see what Spirit has to say. So yeah, just keep going with the flow, no matter if you're the masculine or the feminine in this scenario. Just, this is a time of healing and growth for both different reasons in different ways. Oh, don't worry, I'll show you guys the signs in a minute. The signs. I saw the sun, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sun. Strong fire energy, definitely. So there's a lot of passion and chemistry between you guys. Like it's more than just sexual. There's like the friendship, there's the sex, there's everything. Even if you guys never had sex, even if it was just like hand stuff. I'm kidding. Oh my god, I said that. You gotta laugh. You just gotta laugh at it. Anyways, I just see that this connection has suffered some really bad luck. Some misfires. I don't get that you guys are together right now. Maybe you guys, for a select few, are together and it was a horrible like fight that finally blew up. But for majority, I get this is like a connection that's very touch and go. I get that there was opportunities in the past for you guys to capitalize on it, but for whatever reason, it just never happened. Capitalize. Maybe someone in this connection had some money issues, and maybe that was part of it. Like maybe, oh, it would have been the right time, but my money was really bad, and I'm worried about a lot of things, and that's a huge that's a valid reason, but it just, you know what I mean, right people, wrong time, situation. But I just get that for the past 10 weeks minimum, this connection has really been going through the ringer in all the ways that you wish it didn't. Yeah, just a lot of misfires, maybe a lot of back and forth, a lot of like, meh. Or like I just said, like you try to light the match and it just breaks, like doesn't even light. So it's either one or the other. I just get it's like hot and heavy communication and then just stops. Little trickles and then it stops. It goes out. It peters out really fast. But I just get that the good news, this person's coming in and they're coming in hot. Yeah, and with all this like red tension, ooh. And like see like the red in the card, I don't know if you can see that. I just get that they're running to you. They feel you in their heart. This is primal. This is blood. This is like you get my blood pumping in all the right ways. And this is really sexual too. Like I definitely get like a strong sexual energy, but more so I like this, you make this person feel alive and they want to run to you. And like I said, this is a divine masculine, definitely. Because I really feel like this connection has been through an element of harshness. Like there has been a lot of like brutal lessons shared between you guys. I get a lot of like that. If I see the judgment in reverse and I see this in reverse, I that can only mean like these like little misfires were brutal, emotionally brutal. And I feel like there was one person that was like, oh man, I should have walked away a long time ago, right? Like, 'cause she's walking away, but it's not because she doesn't love it's not because the divine feminine doesn't love the divine masculine, but it's because it's like, I need to stand up for myself. I need to have more confidence in myself. And the divine masculine was like, yes, I want you to grow your confidence, but I was not being kind either. I also don't love myself. We both need to grow our confidence. But I just see that you guys are really growing. And you're growing together. And the good news is that the divine masculine is going to rush to you. That they're coming back. And they're coming back with a lot of like intention, a lot of like passionate intention. And it's going to be good news, it says. So someone might be getting some sexual energy. Interesting. I'm pulling more cards for you, and I didn't do that for pile 1, so don't tell them. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I get that the divine feminine in this connection, the news that you will receive will take you out of this sense of sadness. You could be a Taurus. But it is really, I get rejection, I get misfires has really skewed your sense of self-worth and like, am I pretty enough? Am I good enough? Is this good enough? And it's not even, first of all, this connection's deeper than am I pretty enough? But, am I good enough? That's what we're hitting, right? Those mother issues, the issues that the mother, like a toxic mother puts on us, right? Like, am I good enough? Not that a toxic father can't, but anyways, I just get that right now, Spirit is saying, all you can do is completely let go. Like, I know that's easier said than done. Let this peace, let the silence speak for itself. Let the peace happen. Within the silence, you both are growing stronger. You both are growing like so emotionally much more stronger. And I brought up mother issues, and it's interesting because, you know, you pull the strength card, and that's all about the strength like of a mother to me, right? Like, yes, it's powerful, but it's about taming those raw emotions, those live wire emotions. So expect good news, but keep like the next 4 weeks, or however long the silence, like let the silence breathe. I just see that the divine masculine or the fire sign is going to come rushing in, and they're going to bring something news that's going to make you happy. I hope this helped. Love you. Hello, pile 3. This is for everyone who chose my boring paperclip. I'm sorry, Paperclip, you're not boring. Pile number 3, this is for you. Before I hop in, any name that begins with P is really significant. The letter P came out like 4 or 5 times in this reading in all different cards, so just wanted to throw that out there. Didn't know if any P names were there. Maybe you're going to visit a town that begins with the letter P. Maybe you'll go to Pennsylvania. Who knows? Anywho, pile number 3. This is what Spirit wants you to do now. You are going through a phase of discovery, of self-discovery. Something has recently been illuminated. I'm really getting strong water signs. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I feel like, yeah, things have been illuminated. You could be a springtime baby, but you could see a pink flower, and it just brings you so much joy on your walk or on your way to work. But I just get that you are really discovering what brings you joy. Like, see, like the happy flower and you are both the same color. You're really on this path of what makes me happy. And like I said, you might be getting your spirit guides, maybe an ancestors. Like, this kind of looks like an old, like, this looks like what like a grandma would have, right? Like, this is our ancestors. So maybe you're diving more into your heritage, or maybe you've been really interested in working with deities that are really common in your, your background. We got the card of perfection again. So we have the number 3, 333 is very prominent for you. You might see those numbers, and that is just confirmation that this message is for you. I'm also getting air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But I'm just getting that right now, life is good. You're stable. Money is right. You might be buying yourself some gold earrings, a gold necklace, or just a gold jewelry. It doesn't have to be real gold, you know. But I just get that you're listening to your inner voice. See, it's like the voice that you're finding what self-love and self-discovery mean to you. You're listening to yourself, therefore you're being elevated, right? You're leveling up. Like, you're not going to vibe with people that are low vibrational assholes anymore. I shouldn't say that, low vibrational assholes, but you're not going to vibe with people that are like a lower level of toxic than you are. Look, we're human. On some level, we're all toxic. Even like the most spiritual, kind soul, right, has some toxic traits. So, but you're leveling up, and I feel like you're discovering things. You're listening to a good higher source. And I feel like your grandmother or your mother is praying for you. Maybe she's gifting you with a new dress, or maybe you just bought a new dress. I see that you're really embracing the gifts of the Empress, which is like fresh fruit, especially berries, like strawberries, raspberries. But yeah, and look, like it's almost like very Native American style. So maybe you're connecting with Native American medicine, or you're interested in Native American shamanism, which is awesomeness. But I just get that, yeah, you're realizing that, yes, you're human and you are imperfect, but within your imperfections, you are perfect. You're exactly how you were supposed to be. Life is exactly how it was supposed to be. And even through all the trials and tribulations, you are exactly who you want to be. And you're like, oh, I still want to lose weight, or oh, I still don't look the way I want to, or I don't have the job I want, or I don't, it doesn't matter. But I think you're realizing that. I think you're seeing that. But yeah, Tower, unplug, relax for a spell. Library, take control of your own narrative. And we have Phoenix. How's that for a happily ever after? So right away, yeah, I get like gold. So you're fine, like financially, like you're creating stability. And first of all, be proud of yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You worked really hard to create this stable wall for yourself, right? So take some time to process how you're feeling. What do you like? What turns you on? Not even in a sexual way, but it's like, what does it for you? Also, if you like crystals, pink crystals, pink is all about self-love and um, kindness, and I highly recommend burning a pink candle or buying a pink crystal. And also books are really, really prevalent. I get that maybe you bought 2 new books, or if it's possible, hit the library up. I think reading some biographies or reading something that like, right, like whatever you're passionate about. And I know it's like you just go on your phone and look it up, but getting out of your house and like getting out and just physically touching books, it's so awesome. And I think it's good for the soul. I really do. I think just getting out of your environment, because you might be inspired to read something that you never would look up otherwise. But I just get that there is somebody in your life, and I get that this is more platonic or familial versus romantic, but hopefully, I mean, I don't like it either way for you, but I mean, regardless, I just get that there is a woman, particularly an older woman, or maybe a woman who has a higher social status, or there's a woman in your life that just feels like she has power over you, or that she has you like a puppet. It's like she does whatever I want her to do, or like my words really affect her. And maybe those words do really affect you. But I think you're learning how to break that control, and you're rewriting the narrative, and you're realizing you're educating yourself. You're educating yourself on who you really want to be and what you are. And anyone or anything that has these like toxic like strings like holding you, you're really going to question it, and you're breaking free. And it's like, oh, how do you like that? But yeah, no, I just see with the 9 days, you're really going to see this situation from a different viewpoint. And I think you already are. The smoke is clearing, and it's almost like not only are you going to do something that you didn't think you were going to do, or say something that you didn't think you were going to say, but it's going to make you feel like totally free. Like you're busting through these shackles that whoever or whatever has a hold on you. And this I really get that this is a person in your life, but this person, it was really affecting your stability. And they were really close to your heart. And I think with time and this like little bit of break that you have, this relax and unplug, like this time that you gave yourself, you're seeing that. I do see that there has been fights, maybe within your circle or for 2 people, but I really get that there's just been somebody that's been manipulating you, right? Manipulating, pulling the strings, because they want your attention. They want your attention for whatever reason. And I think that's why they start a lot of fights. I get that there's 2 more fights that you're going to have with them. Like they're going to be so minor that you're just going to you're just going to bop right over it. And I think that's going to surprise them. And I think it's going to surprise you. But yeah, I get that you're going to persevere. You're going to get through these little squabbles. And like when I say fights, I don't mean like major. It could even just be like, oh, they gave me that look and it normally hurts, but I'm just going to go right along with my day. That's what I see you doing. Give this situation patience and time. Pace yourself before you take action. Pause before take action. Trust that the divine timing is at work. Be patient and play with while you wait. So yeah, this is the time of self-discovery. Just realize, look, you're stable. You have cut some toxic strings out of your life. You're going to have 2 more little hiccups that you're going to breeze right through. And have some fun. Unplug. Find out what makes you happy. This is you time. Trust your own insight. The magic that I possess and that any other tarot reader that you like, you have too. You might be seeing the number 222 or the number 4. But yeah, trust your own insight. If your gut is telling you something, trust it. You got this. Deception. So yeah, if you think someone is lying, they are. lack of self-love. So yeah, I also get that maybe the person you're fighting with that wants your attention, whether it's platonic or romantic, it's really a lie. It's a front. It's a lack of self-love. That's why they're fighting with you. Sorry, I zoned out for a minute. I was like, all I could think about was like Harry Potter and Slytherins. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, maybe there's somebody, like this is like somebody like a frenemy or somebody that like I said, it doesn't really feel romantic, but it definitely could be. But this just feels like a conflict with somebody that you really love. But yeah, hold on, almost there. There we go. So let's see what we have. We have all the signs on the table, so let's just get right into it. So here are the two things. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse, and we have the Empress in reverse. So here's two feminine energies going head to head. We have one feminine energy that is using words or their power of communication to manipulate the situation, whether they're icing you out or whether they're just being cutting to the core or not really letting you in emotionally. We have that side, and then we have the Empress. So then we have the wounded mother. We have somebody who's feeling not confident in themselves now and confident in the situation and dealing with a lot of self-love issues. Anytime I think of the Empress, I think self-love and pleasure, and when it's in reverse, it's just those lower vibrations, right? So we're not feeling that way anymore. And so we have these two combative energies. I do see a lot of hope. A lot of hope for this connection. The give and take is going to get better. Trust your insight. Realize that whatever this person's going through, they're taking it out on you. Know that it's a front, that there is a lie. If you have been questioning if they've been lying to you, they are. But yeah, I just get that the balance will be restored. And I feel like nighttime, like you guys are going to have a really big talk at night and you guys like are going to find justice. Like it's almost like, you know what, you guys are going to go to a bar, you're going to have like a few drinks, chicken wings, and you're going to listen to live music and you're just going to like squash it. You're just going to squash the beef. You're going to have that talk, you're going to talk it out, then you're going to have a good night and you're just going to let it go. That's what I get. Yeah, I just get that there's a lot of, on both parties, it's not just one person, but I do get there is a person lashing out, and they're lashing out because of lack of self-love. But then there's the other party that's receiving that, and there's a lack of self-love, but it manifests in a different way. They manifest it by hurting themselves first. So I just get that there's a lack of like self-satisfaction on both parties, but I do get a lot of healing in this connection, a lot more faster than you think. I think also that bills, someone might be having some financial issues, and that also could be a reason for this fight. But I do get that communication will happen soon, and it's gonna, yeah, you're gonna have a talk that's like gonna raise the dead. If you guys don't drink, I definitely get like you're gonna have really strong coffee, and you guys are gonna talk, and it's like, yeah, you might be bringing up dead issues, or maybe they're bringing up dead issues, but ultimately, I do see that within the next 3 to 6 weeks, 6 weeks being the ultimate max, right? I see peace being restored, balance of give and take being restored in this connection. And that any like distance between you guys or any like fights, let it go. Realize it's not coming from like you. And just keep pushing forward with your self-love agenda. And with that, it's going to force that person to face themselves with love. And if they choose not to, then that's better, right now. But yeah, I just have faith. And anytime you see the star, the Aquarius, on its own timing, right? It's quirky and unique, but it's also a time of like healing and like the slow, like one of those like waterfalls at a therapist's office. So maybe you've been thinking about going to therapy. I just get peace is going to be restored. Just give it time, 3 to 6 weeks. I hope this helped, guys. love you.